Alright, we're going to see Halloween Kills. I'm on my way to the movie theater right now. When I get back, I will have a full review. So I'm gonna cut to when I get there, and then I'll cut when I get done seeing the movie. I'll be back with y'all. And we are watching Heavy Spoilers Halloween Ending Explained. I just got back from watching the movie, and I will say it is a meh out of 10. It wasn't all that good to me. Anyway, we'll be watching this video for Ending Explained, break down Easter eggs, and review. Let's hop right into it.
Alright, so Halloween Ends is finally here, with the lumbering Michael Myers having one last go at Haddonfield, and we finally get the answer to the age-old question, does evil die tonight?
Evil dies tonight!
Probably not. They'll reboot this in like 5 years.
Yeah.
But in this video, we're going to be breaking down the story, the ending, some of the Easter eggs and theories, along with our reaction and review for this third installment in the H4O trilogy. Halloween Kills took things for a loop and honestly derailed the flow of where the 2018 Halloween reboot, sequel, rebootquel, I don't know what this messy timeline is anymore,
so weird,
was taking things. But we do know one thing. Laurie's 40-ish year obsession is bringing the Shape out for one last tour, so let's see if this Mike Myers has got his mojo back. Now, if you enjoy this video, then please stab that like button, as it helps the channel out. And also, don't forget to subscribe for breakdowns, Easter eggs, theory videos, and recaps like this every day. With that out of the way, a huge thank you for clicking this. Now, let's get into Halloween Ends.
There for a little bit more. But still.
Now, Halloween Kills ends in a Michael Myers battle royale against the citizens of Haddonfield, with him coming out victorious, claiming the heavyweight Halloween belt, and also Laurie Strode's daughter, Karen.
Yeah.
Man, the last few years have not been great for Karens. Instead, Halloween Ends starts with a bit of a time jump. Rather than picking up right after the 2018 Halloween Massacre, we open on the following year's 2019 Halloween, with hints of Michael Myers having not been seen since that fateful night. This prologue, in a sense, sets the tone of Haddonfield. Only a year later, people, of course, still on edge, along with introducing a new character of Corey Cunningham. Nerdy, high schooler, going to college to become an engineer in the fall. Now, Jeremy and him watch scary movies, one of them being John Carpenter's The Thing.
Shithead.
Of course, a nod to Carpenter, who directed the original Halloween, but also tying into the theme of evil, and you can never really tell who it's in. Jeremy plays a trick on Corey, which goes horribly wrong, resulting in the little boy Olympic swan diving 3 stories down, pancaking right in front of his unexpecting parents. This sequence and cinematography feels similar to the stairwell scene from the original 1978 film, obviously less graphic, and sets up Corey's origin story. The opening title sequence kicks in with the iconic John Carpenter theme, the font style and coloring with its light blue, paying homage to that of Halloween 3's opening titles. And again, we have the familiar pumpkin, but with it entirely being a different animation from the previous 2 films. 2018's Halloween saw the pumpkin reverse rotting, almost symbolizing the franchise returning to its former glory, or reborn after, some not great sequels. Halloween Kills Pumpkin was a blaze symbolizing total carnage, and Ends shows pumpkins morphing from within one another, bursting outward, with progressively more evil expressions on each that follows. This symbolizes the inner evils everyone has and how the evil can spread, but most notably, how Michael's supernatural evil, I'm gonna call it that because, I mean, he's well beyond being hangry, spreads to Corey, corrupting him. The year is now 2022, 4 years after the Halloween massacre from the previous two films. Laurie gives us a long, drawn-out speech, which is a memoir she is writing, recounting all of the events leading up to this film, and how Haddonfield is almost cursed, infecting many of its citizens with grief, blame, paranoia, again leaning into that supernatural element to Michael and his evil, even though this film remains grounded with its approach to everything. There's newspaper clippings recounting the events from previous films, obituaries for Linda and Bob from the first film, the manhunt for Michael, and this Nightblade landmark refers to the working title of the 2018 Halloween film. The radio DJ in the background is sort of the explain everything away device here, asking how anyone could be shot and beat on the street and still get up. He's gotta be some sort of supernatural beast, and mentions that Michael hasn't been seen for 4 years, he must be in hibernation or something. Corey is a washed-up failure in the eyes of Haddonfield because of the incident back in 2019. He is bullied by high school band members. Wait, hold on. Did I just read that right? High school band members are the jocks of the 2022s? What the is going on? Anyway, this bullying connects Corey to both Laurie Strode and Allison, whom he becomes romantically involved with later in the film, but also The Shape, who is playing the most elaborate game of where in the world is Michael Myers. Allison plays with some tarot cards and draws the Death card, which is a huge foreshadowing to the ending of the film, followed by...
Now that just means a major phase is ending and a new one is about to begin, so that pretty much puts a nail in the coffin.
Of which hints at brighter days in Allison's future, but could also be a heavy-handed hint at the franchise going with her or adopting her as the new final girl. We seemingly find out Michael has been hanging out with his pal Pennywise in the sewers after dragging Corey into his TMNT lair. We're like 41 minutes into the movie. We haven't even seen him yet. Exactly. So Michael's manager did not do great in the contract negotiations. But this is where we see Michael kind of act out of character from what we've seen in the previous films, showing empathy towards Corey. Looking into his eyes, he can see the pain and hurt that he has gone through, and it's literally a Liam Neeson Darkman situation where essentially Michael sees a new rightful heir to the mask and injects his evil right into Corey, again in a grounded sense, but the supernatural energies are playing a big role, even if they want to be explained as like evil, hatred, fear, or any sort of vile feeling. We're supposed to believe Michael has been in hiding ever since the incident on Halloween 2018, but there's a handful of hints here that I think he's been killing on other Halloween nights. The biggest clue is this missing Megan Baxter billboard. There was a handful of set photos with this same billboard showing that she had gone missing on Halloween 2001. So like a wounded animal, Michael has been hunting, but very much less grandiose. Corey is an inquisitive little murder man learning from Michael, which was cool to see because Michael is like feasting, almost surviving on this carnage and kills that he commits. Because before this, he looked like a decrepit old man, but then slowly starts to stand up straight, has more force to him. It's like a visual representation of a video game character filling up their special meter. Looked wild. Michael is in Corey as he slowly begins to act more and more like the Shape. Honestly, the two of them are like predators fighting over the mask, like a mama and her cub. Who will be the alpha as Michael takes
I don't understand how he overpowered Michael at all.
As the two go on a revenge trip that references events and things from the previous films. Allison's co-workers are dispatched, one with a corkscrew referring to Charlie from H2O and another pinned against the wall like Bob in the original film. Corey uses a wrench, which is a clever little Easter egg to the original film because to break the window when escaping from the mental hospital, a wrench was held in the actor's hand. You can see here breaking it. Ronald is watching Jean-Claude Van Damme's Hard Target. There is no reference here. I just think that it's a kick-ass 90s action movie. Treat yourself. But at the radio station, the receptionist is played by Diana Prince, who plays Darcy the Mail Girl on the last Drive-In series. Yeah, that's how I know her. Willie the Kid also says Resurrections, which is a hint towards Halloween Resurrection. Corey also shows similar qualities to Michael, standing like him outside of Laurie's window earlier in the film, him sitting up like Michael after falling off the radio station building, and spending the night in the abandoned house where the kid died, like Michael did in his old home in the 1978 film. Earlier in the film, Allison also plays what sounds like the first 3 notes of the Halloween theme. The final person on this revenge tour of death happens to be Laurie, though she tricks Corey, shooting him as he falls down the stairwell. However, it's all a miscommunication as Allison thinks Laurie is the crazy one here, leaving her to fend off Michael all by her lonesome. This whole encounter feels very reminiscent of the 1978 encounter, with Laurie hiding in the closet while also wearing a very similar outfit that she did in that film. Only this time she completely surprises Michael. Now, he tries to put her hand in the garbage disposal, which is yet again another reference to Halloween H2O. I thought people did not like that movie. Why do they keep referencing it? But ends up essentially crucifying him on the kitchen counter. This was sort of foreshadowed by the homeless man and his ramblings earlier in the film, actually. Laurie pulls off Michael's mask like a Scooby-Doo villain, but with one final "ha-ha, I'm not dead" moment from Michael, but Allison saves the day, breaking his arm. No lie, it is then a Michael Myers parade around Haddonfield to let everyone know that the monster is finally slain. Seriously, they strap him to their car like a damn Christmas tree. They drive him to the junkyard and grind that sumbitch up like some savory ground pork. Laurie finally lives in peace, looking like she and Hawkins might have, an item
weird,
starting
up. Weaker.
Allison drives off to start her own adventure, which no doubt will ambiguously set up a sequel.
Really
While we now see different parts of Laurie's home in the silence of daylight, this symbolizes that the tear is done, because the end of the original film showcased rooms Michael had killed in, with the drone of the theme playing in the darkness of the night, but now shows that Laurie is in better times. Her mind can now be at ease. There's a final shot of Michael's mask as Blue Oyster Cult's Don't Fear the Reaper kicks in and the credits begin, again featuring the same blue font from Halloween 3, but the song has a few different meanings here. First is Laurie having a fever.
And the only prescription is more cowbell.
I'm just messing around. I had to do that. But the song does play in the original 1978 film when Annie and Laurie are driving around. But the most obvious is being that Laurie no longer has to fear the Reaper, a.k.a. Death, a.k.a. the ship, a.k.a. Mike Myers.
Yeah, baby, yeah!
Now, there are a lot of metaphors about hate in this and how it can spread and affect, equating to the supernatural powers Michael possessed. He was fueled by hatred like many others after the events in 2018. Corey breaking the bottle, leading to the tire smash, his mother yelling at him, the woman at the grocery store, the bullies. It's the whole concept of the chain of screaming from How I Met Your Mother, but here they are equating the events happening to an individual person, a victim, and essentially victim blaming. Therefore, spreading to others and morphs into hatred. It's contagious, and when one boogeyman disappears, another one takes their place. Evil doesn't die. Sorry, everyone that was chanting that in Halloween Kills.
Evil dies tonight!
But instead, it changes shape. By this logic, they should not have paraded Michael around like he was some sort of sassy runway model. As for where they could take the Halloween franchise next, seems a bit bleak. With Michael Myers being turned into hamburger meat,
to be honest,
Hawkins, you knew, didn't ya? The shape as we know it is gone, but the movie does paint the picture that it's never Michael Myers' character, but rather the evil that was in him. The supernatural evil that can spread from person to person, like we saw with Corey. It's forever going to be in Haddonfield, a Dread Pirate Roberts approach where the mask is the key. So someone is going to be corrupted by the mask,
Yeah,
much
what are they
like
gonna do with
Jim
the
Carrey
mask?
in
That's all I wanna
The
know.
Mask, and the next person is going to take
If they
on
make
this
another
mantle.
one,
I
they're gonna
could
have to
see
do something with the
Allison
mask.
somehow returning back to Haddonfield for Laurie's funeral, and in that case, she has to go up against whoever this next person is that is reigniting all of these murders. That's sort of what I gathered from the Death Tarot card about New Beginnings. They'll probably even call it something like Halloween Returns or some like that. Just you wait. Hell, they could even bring back Michael Myers, bring him back to life, heavily leaning on the supernatural elements, saying that like the person that actually died was his long lost brother. I don't know,
Oh my
Nigel Myers. Whatever they can do to keep this franchise alive and continue making them money.
Just
Am
let
I
it go,
really gonna
please.
defile this grave for money? Of course I am!
Honestly, I thought Halloween Ends landed more in the realm of Halloween Kills than the 2018 Halloween. There's some big swings that they are going for, but ultimately it is more misses than hits. Like the idea of this evil that spreads like a virus is there, but never fully established, instead leading into a faux Bonnie and Clyde romance that I thought was going to turn Allison fully against Laurie. I liked the toned down version of Laurie and her settling back into an actual life, but Michael definitely went out like a chump. The final climax
Exactly.
between
Like,
these
it was
two
so
was
easy for how he went
lackluster
down.
at best,
What?
but I know that others out there are going to love this. There's some weird ideas, I can't deny that. The revenge, corrupted nature of Michael's evil is going to resonate with some people, but for me, not so much. But obviously, I'd love to hear your thoughts on Halloween Ends and whether or not you were disappointed by the lack of Evil Dies Tonights that were chanted throughout. We're currently running a competition giving away 3 copies of Top Gun Maverick on the 15th of November, and all you have to do to get a chance of winning this is like this video, make sure to subscribe with notifications on, and drop a comment below on your thoughts
think
of
that's pretty much
Halloween
it for the
Ends
video.
and kind of this.
Alright. Well, there it is. Ending explain, breakdown, Easter eggs, and review. My honest opinion and review for the movie. Fucking just let it go. It's done. He went down like a chump. That's it. He's weak. Just let it go. You can't come back. Just let the franchise go, man. John Carpenter, you've done enough. Everybody else, whoever's involved, I don't even know their name. Jamie Lee Curtis, you're done. It's over with. No more Halloweens. If Jamie Lee Curtis is not in it, it's done. Other than that, appreciate you guys watching the video. Like the video so I can go up in the algorithm. Comment if you want to. Let me know what I need to improve on, what you like and what I need to improve on. Other than that, appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.